Night by Elie Wiesel. Essay. Essay on Night by Elie Wiesel for students and children in English. The Night is a book written by Elie Wiesel, and it tells about the author's experience with his father in the Nazi German concentration camps at Buchenwald and Auschwitz between the year 1944 to 1945, towards the end of the Second World War, at the height of the Holocaust. Wiesel wrote about the death of God and his disgust with humankind in just over 100 pages of fragmented and sparse narrative. His disgust was reflected in the overturn of the parent-child relationship as Wiesel becomes a resentful teenage caregiver to his father, who declines to a helpless state. In April 1945, when Wiesel was just 16 and Buchenwald was liberated by the United States Army, it was too late for his father. The latter was dead after receiving a beating, while Wiesel lay quietly on the bunk above due to the fear of being beaten too. After the war was over, Wiesel moved to Paris and in 1954 completed a manuscript of 862 pages in Yiddish about his experience, which was published in Argentina as the "Und die Welt hat geschwiegen" with 245 pages, also known as "And the World Remained Silent." Francois Mauriac, a well-known novelist, helped Wiesel find a French publisher. In 1958, La Nuit was published by Les Editions des Minutes with 178 pages, and in 1960, Night was published by Hill and Wang in New York, which was a 116-page translation. The book ranks as one of the foundational books of Holocaust literature, and it has been translated into 30 languages. Although Wiesel called Night his depositions, scholars have had trouble approaching it as an unembellished account. The trimming of the text from Yiddish to French transformed an angry historical encounter into a work of art, according to the literary critic Ruth Franklin. Wiesel's transitions throughout and after the Holocaust from light to darkness is revealed in the trilogy. Night, Dawn, and Day and Night is the first book because, according to the Jewish tradition, the beginning of the new day is at nightfall. The main protagonist of Night, Eliezer, is continuously torn between an interest in self-preservation and a sense of filial duty of a son. He always doubts if his life is worth saving or not whenever he abandons his father. But each time he aids his father, he feels that he is putting himself in danger. Eliezer frequently ignores his fears and helps his father selflessly. By making an implicit contrast between Eliezer and the less fortunate characters, Wiesel demonstrates that love has more supporting power than food, sleep, and physical strength. The dignity and humanity are stripped of Auschwitz prisoner to such an extent that several people choose to abandon their loved ones in the interest of self-survival. But in the end, these men do not survive. A weak boy who has repeatedly risked his own life to aid his father, Eliezer survives and emerges from the death camps to tell his stories, so his love kept him alive.